Okay, let's unpack this. You've probably seen them everywhere now, haven't you? Electric vehicles. I mean, they're zipping silently down pretty much every street, cities, suburbs, you name it. But here's a curious challenge that's popping up more and more. While the cars themselves are getting really common, readily available home charging stations, not so much.
It's a definite bottleneck.
And it creates this fascinating disconnect, right? Most homeowners, even though they're excited about their new EV, they often don't know the first thing about getting a private charger installed.
Zero clue, usually.
And then, on the flip side, most electricians, they are really marketing their services directly to this huge growing group of EV owners.
It's strange, isn't it?
It is. So what happens? Drivers end up like hunting for places to juice up, and it turns into this big logistical headache, a real pain point for people who just bought this cool new car.
Exactly. You want the convenience at home.
But look, inside this challenge, there's this really unique opportunity, and that's what we're diving into today. We're going to explore the chance to become, like, the go-to coordinator, the matchmaker, the middle person in this whole growing space. And just to be clear, we're not talking about you getting your hands dirty installing chargers yourself. No, it's about facilitating the entire process.
The project management side.
Precisely. Our mission today is to pull out the most important insights from the sources we looked at, showing how coordinating these mobile EV charger installations could actually be an unexpected, pretty lucrative side hustle in 2025.
What's really fascinating to me here is how this whole thing springs from such a clear market disconnect.
Yeah.
You've got the EV makers, right? They're brilliant at selling cars. Then you have electricians who definitely know their wiring. But for the average homeowner, there's just this void. Nobody's really consistently connecting those dots for them, making it simple.
Yeah, making it easy.
It's a classic case, really. Supply and demand just aren't meeting up efficiently yet.
That's it, exactly. And that brings us right to the homeowner's dilemma. They're often just overwhelmed and confused. Even though EV adoption is surging everywhere, people buy these amazing cars, then they get home, and boom.
Yeah.
The questions just start piling up.
Oh, yeah. Analysis paralysis kicks in hard.
Totally. We saw this one source mentioning a homeowner spent more time trying to figure out charger options than they did actually researching the car itself.
I believe it.
They're asking stuff like, okay, do I need a permit for this thing? Is my breaker box even, strong enough?
That's a big one, the panel capacity.
Right. And which charger should I buy? There are dozens. And maybe the biggest one. Do I need just any old electrician, or do I need, a specialist for this?
And it's not always just the technical stuff, is it? Sometimes it's just the mental load of dealing with something new right after you've made a big purchase.
Yeah, you're already tapped out.
Right. People get stuck trying to find the perfect setup, or they just get buried under the complexity they think is involved. So the consequence, pretty predictable. People Google endlessly. They scroll through forums, read conflicting advice.
Rabbit holes.
Exactly. And ultimately, they just stall. They don't move forward because what they really, really need is someone to just simplify it all, make it easy. And that's precisely the gap where these charging concierge services can step right in.
Okay, so let's define that role then, this charging concierge, because it's actually pretty clever when you break it down. Essentially, you become the one-stop project coordinator for getting an EV home charger installed. You offer a simple, straightforward package.
A service package.
Yeah. And it could include things like a quick virtual site review, maybe use a video call, or the client sends you photos, simple stuff. Then, based on that, you recommend the best charger model for their specific EV and their home's power situation. Then you handle the scheduling and coordination with a licensed electrician, maybe someone you partner with regularly, or just a reliable freelancer you find.
So you're vetting the electricians too, in a way.
Absolutely. And the sources suggested you could even handle the permits if they're needed, or at least guide the client through that process, which can be super confusing.
Yeah, permits can be a nightmare.
And optionally, you could even add things like monitoring the install quality, making sure it's done right, maybe offer ongoing service checks down the line. Think of it like Uber Eats for EV charging infrastructure. You're just delivering pure convenience, removing all the friction.
That's a good analogy. And if you connect this to what's happening in the broader market, you can really see why this niche is, well, booming right now, especially heading into 2025. What's really profound here is how government incentives and these big lifestyle shifts are basically creating almost a sheltered market for these in-home charging services.
Sheltered market? How so?
Well, think about it. EV incentives are just exploding everywhere. US, lots of other countries. They offer serious rebates to homeowners specifically for installing a charger. That directly subsidizes your client's cost, making the decision much easier for them.
Ah, okay, so the government is kind of helping sell your service.
In a way, yes. Plus, you've got the whole remote work trend. That's shifted tons of people into suburbs, into houses with driveways, and that naturally boosts the demand for convenient at-home charging instead of, relying on the charger at the mall or the office that they might not go to as often.
Right, the pattern of life has changed.
It really has. This isn't just a fleeting trend. It feels like a more structural change in how and where people live and work. And again, the EV makers, selling cars, electricians,
Yeah.
doing the wiring. But almost no one is consistently bridging that gap for the homeowner. This side hustle fits right into that very specific, very lucrative niche. And it's somewhat protected, you could argue, from wider economic swings because it's partly subsidized and driven by these lasting lifestyle changes.
What really jumped out at me from the sources is that this opportunity, it doesn't actually require you to be an electrical engineer.
Right. That's key.
People might assume you need deep technical knowledge, but you're not the one doing the physical wiring. That's a common misconception. Instead, it leans much more heavily on skills like, well, just being really organized. Good communication is huge.
Client management.
Exactly. And, crucially, being able to build up a trusted network of local licensed contractors. It's really more about project management and people skills than it is about circuits and amps.
Couldn't agree more. It's about orchestration.
So, okay, practical steps then. If someone listening is thinking, maybe I could do this, what are the first moves? Our sources laid out some really actionable first steps. First off, you got to study the chargers themselves, get familiar with the main brands, ChargePoint, Tesla's wall connector, Juicebox, Blink, those guys.
Know the products. Makes sense.
Then, start talking to local electricians. Build up a referral list. Look for licensed pros who seem open to working with you on this kind of thing. Maybe you can offer them a steady stream of leads.
Yeah, find potential partners. Good idea.
Then, set up some kind of simple digital presence. Could be just a basic website, maybe even to a dedicated Instagram page, something that clearly states your value prop. I coordinate EV charger installs so you don't have to.
Keep it simple and clear.
And finally, maybe reach out to local EV dealerships. See if you can leave a flyer or even ask about potential referral fees if you send clients their way. Dealerships often want solutions for their new buyers.
That's smart. Leverage the existing ecosystem. And this brings up the pricing question, right? How do you actually charge for this?
Good point.
Our sources suggest a few models. You could charge a flat fee for the whole coordination service, maybe somewhere between, say, $150 to $500, depending on how complex the job seems.
Okay, flat fee. Simple.
Or you could offer tiered packages, like a basic coordination package, maybe a premium one that includes permit help or follow-up checks, gives clients options.
Right, different levels of service.
And what's interesting, some coordinators are apparently even trying out a small monthly fee for post-install support, like ongoing peace of mind, maybe helping with smart charging optimization or basic troubleshooting. Creates recurring revenue.
Oh, interesting. Like a little subscription for your charger setup.
Kinda, yeah.
And then, once you've got that core service humming along, you can start thinking about upselling, right? Expanding the services.
Definitely. There's room to grow.
Imagine offering guidance on solar integration, helping clients link their new charger to solar panels they have or might get later.
Smart bundling services.
Or helping them set up the smart charging apps, showing them how to schedule charging for off-peak hours, save some money.
Value adds.
You can even put together specific Airbnb charger install kits for hosts. That's a niche within a niche. Help them attract EV driving guests.
That's clever. Targeting specific customer segments.
And for folks really looking to maximize things, you could offer guidance on those charger sharing platforms. Let them make a little passive income from their home charger when they aren't using it.
Yeah, turning an asset into a potential revenue stream. Lots of possibilities there. But ultimately, the core value proposition, why this whole model works so well, is incredibly strong.
Yeah, what is it at its heart?
You're saving people time, precious time they don't want to spend researching wires and permits. You're seriously reducing their stress levels.
Yeah.
And you're just offering clarity, much needed clarity in what feels like a really fast-moving, sometimes overwhelming, electrified world.
You're the bridge.
You're the bridge from confusion to convenience. That's the essence of it.
And maybe the best part, your actual operational costs are super low.
Right. Very asset light.
because you're coordinating, you're not physically installing stuff, not drilling holes, not running wires.
Mm.
Your main expenses are just your time, your phone bill, email. That's basically it.
It's an impressively lean model operating in what's normally a heavy infrastructure industry.
So wrapping this up, what have we really pulled out of this deep dive?
Yeah.
We've seen how becoming an EV charger coordinator isn't just another side hustle idea. It's actually kind of a public service, but with profit built right in.
Solving a real need.
It lets you ride this massive EV wave without needing to sell the cars or, handle the high voltage cables yourself. You're just solving a real, tangible problem for real people, likely right in your own community.
And this whole venture just perfectly demonstrates the power of spotting and then effectively filling one of those emerging market gaps. It's about turning consumer confusion, which is rampant right now, into straightforward convenience. It's really a masterclass in leveraging a market oversight, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. So here's a final thought to leave you with. As our world keeps electrifying and all these new technologies keep popping up seemingly every day, what other everyday logistical problems, maybe ones we haven't even noticed yet, might be out there just waiting for someone to step in, be the whisperer, and simply connect the dots?
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Something to mull over.